Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you would have done in my shoes. I remember the first time I realized something was off. We were at the airport, waiting for a flight to New York, and I just handed her a coffee when I felt it, this gnawing sense in my chest that something wasn't right. "I'm just saying be careful with your boss," I said, trying to keep my voice calm, even teasingly. "He has that way about him." She laughed, that airy, dismissive laugh that used to make me feel safe, and waved me off. "Relax, you're imagining things," she said. But her eyes flicked to the side too quickly, as if she was checking for someone. That's when I first noticed how she wasn't as present as she used to be. Over the next few weeks, little things started to add up. Missed calls I couldn't explain. Texts she quickly shut down when I looked over. A sudden uptick in late work nights and last-minute meetings. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. I've always been the jealous type, right? But deep down, something in me refused to ignore that nagging feeling. One night, I stayed up scrolling through our old messages, the ones we used to send each other during lunch breaks. Funny, innocent, full of small confessions. I compared them to the messages she sent now. They were colder, clipped. Even her good mornings felt like they were written by someone else. Then came the airport. I was picking her up after a business trip. I'd spent the morning imagining the two of us embracing, laughing about the small inconveniences of travel. But when she appeared at baggage claim, her phone buzzed on the counter. She glanced at it, then quickly swiped off the screen. But not before I saw the sender. It was her boss. And the message wasn't about work. Something inside me froze. My mind raced. Am I reading this wrong? Could it be innocent? But the text said enough. Enough to make me question every memory, every laugh, every quiet evening we'd shared. We drove home in silence. I wanted to speak, to confront, but I didn't. Part of me wanted to believe in her, to trust a woman I had loved for years. But the other part, a louder, angrier part, wanted the truth. At home, I tried to focus on normalcy. Dinner, the TV, small talk. But every time her phone buzzed, my heart sank. I found myself checking her social media, noticing patterns I hadn't before. The way she smiled in some photos. Different from the way she smiled at me. The subtle secrecy in her captions. Little things that, in the past, I would have ignored, I now noticed. And each detail stung. The breaking point came when I needed to use the bathroom during one of her late meetings. Her phone was on the table. I hesitated, my hands trembling slightly. My rational mind screamed not to touch it, but part of me couldn't stop. I unlocked it, and the conversation history confirmed my worst fear. Long, late-night exchanges with him. Flirty at first, then intimate, and then everything. The betrayal didn't hit me all at once. It crept in like a slow leak. I replayed moments we'd shared. The weekend she said she was too tired to go out. The night she claimed she was working late. The way she would brush off my questions. Every memory now felt tainted. Every laugh felt like a lie. I confronted her that evening. My voice was calm, but my hands shook. "We need to talk." She looked at me, the initial shock quickly replaced by guilt. I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. Her eyes filled with tears, but I couldn't tell if they were for me or for herself. I wanted to scream, to break everything around me, but instead I listened. She explained her loneliness, the way the attention from her boss made her feel seen, desired. She admitted she hadn't planned to hurt me, that she loved me in her own twisted way. But love, I realized, doesn't excuse betrayal. The days that followed were unbearable. I moved out for a while, taking only what I needed, letting the apartment smell like her absence. I replayed conversations, looking for clues I missed. But the truth remained. She had crossed a line that couldn't be erased. Eventually, I found strength, not in revenge, not in anger, but in reclaiming myself. I started to rebuild my life, slowly but deliberately. I allowed myself to remember the love we had, but I also allowed myself to remember the betrayal. Both truths coexisted, and both taught me something vital. Trust, once broken, can't be forced back. It has to be rebuilt or replaced by something stronger. self-respect. The last time I saw her, I didn't yell, I didn't cry. I simply said, I hope you find what you're looking for. I found what I need myself. And I walked away, leaving behind the pain, but keeping the lessons. Betrayal leaves scars, but also give perspective. And I realized something powerful. The moment someone laughs at your warning, it's not always arrogance. It's a test. And you have to be ready to protect your heart, even if it hurts more than anything else. If you felt this story, make sure to subscribe for more real-life betrayals and heartbreak stories. And drop a comment sharing how you would have handled it. I'd love to hear your thoughts.